as promised, we are out here at the Chevy 3500 HD in the 2011 year. We are going to be putting LED lights in this thing. We're not going to be doing just the bulbs, although that's the feature of this video is the bulbs. But we are also going to be doing the lenses because these are pretty faded out like a lot of them are. And instead of getting the restoration kits for a little bit more, you can get the whole light. We'll leave a link to that, show you guys here in a bit. But the lights we're using today are the OXILAM. You've seen in our last video, we did a set of lights on a 2007 Chevy 2500 HD Classic. And now we're going to try this brand in here. And then also on Fords, we've done a lot of the other kind, the other brand that you've probably seen a lot of our videos. We love those lights. They work great. So we're going to put all these together, just give them some time, test them, see how they work out, let you guys know which is better, because there are so many of these flooding the market. And you want to be able to make sure you know which ones are best for your vehicle, which ones are going to last. These ones have a reported 50,000 hours operating life. They are 99% CAN bus friendly, so they'll work in 99% of vehicles without any issues or fast flicker or anything like that. And they have an IP67 waterproof rating, so that's pretty good. To do this job, it's not terrible, but it definitely ain't as easy as that 2007 was. I mean, that one was cake. So on this one, we're going to have to take this top trim panel off, which just has the panel popper retainers. We're going to take those off with our panel popping tool. And then you're going to have to pop the grill off, which is 4 bolts along the top that are 10 millimeter. We're going to pop those. Then at the bottom, there's a couple trim or little push-in tabs. We're going to have to squeeze those and pop those out. Then on the side, to get to that side bolt, which doesn't have to come all the way out because it's a slotted spot on the headlight. I'll show you that here in a minute. But we just got to loosen that. But to get to that, you got to take the 10 millimeter bolt out of the side trim. This one has fender flare, so we're gonna have to take that 10 millimeter bolt out to get to the wheel well liner. Pull that wheel well liner back. You'll see the 10 millimeter bolt there. We just get a wrench on here just enough to loosen it. Let me show you guys the headlight. These are the new lenses we're putting in, and you can see this is that slot I was telling you about. You don't have to bring the bolt all the way out. You can just slide it in. Now these particular lenses came with, which we'll leave a link to them if you guys are looking to do this too, because they look pretty nice. Like they say on a lot of the websites when you're buying these bulbs that are in here are test bulbs. So you're going to want to change these out. Today we're only doing the high and low beams on this. If you wanted to later, you can switch over to the LED ambers on the side of marker lights. But we're going to take these ones out in case they are test bulbs and put in the ones out of these lights. So we got them working good. Other than that, I mean, pretty good housing, pretty good bulbs. So we're gonna get this started. So we'll get you over here. We'll show you what we got to do to pop these up. We'll get this thing torn apart. All right, first thing we're gonna do on this trim panel, there's 10 panel poppers or panel retaining clips we're gonna get off. You just pull that center one out and you can get under that next one. Then you go along and do the rest right here. I mean, if you do happen to break some of these, which it does happen that they're plastic, you could just replace them. We bought a nice little kit over here. You guys can see retainer clip for all your vehicles, so it has all the different clips in it you might need for your application. So we're going to be using that for some of these, I'm sure. So we're going to go along and pull the rest of these 10 out, and then we're going to set this aside. We already pulled some out earlier, but we're going to go loosen up all these, pull them out. Then we'll go on to the next step, which is get those 4 bolts out for the grill. All right, we're good there. Now our trim, whoop, we got one more. There's always that one. Remember I told you in that last video. Always that hider. There we go. Now we're just gonna set that trim piece back here out of our way. Now on the grill part, this is the part I was talking about. These are 10 millimeter bolts. There's 4 of them. It goes across the top. You can see those here. We're gonna take those out next. You can put your bolts, make sure you know where they're at. Put them in this nut cup over here. Now down in the bottom, you can see this. See if we can get you a better shot down in here. Right here, it's hard to get you there, that shot, but there's these tabs. You want to push those tabs down so you can pinch this out of the slot. Then you'll be able to slide these. You can see the gap now. You'll be able to slide those right out. There's 2 of them, one on each side over here. We're just going to pinch those. Then our grill should be ready to come right out. you got that in your hand and you're most of the way there. So we're going to set this aside, then we'll go on to that next part. All right, now that we have our grill removed, there's 2 bolts up top here. We already got some loose here that we're going to need to take out. And then there's that one on the side. I'll show you how to get to that. So we're going to pull this one out. Put that in our nut cup over there. This one we're going to leave in until we get that side one out, just in case, you know. And then when you're pulling this out, if you happen to have a problem and it's not coming out good, this little trim piece here, there's 3 bolts along there. You can see it right here. See the 3 bolts right along the side. You can pull that out. You can see we have it marked so we can put it back for the alignment exactly where it's supposed to go. So you can pull those out if it makes it easier for you. If you can get it out without it, all the better. But now we're going to come over here to the side, get you guys over here. Now on this particular truck, it has the fender flares on it, these custom fender flares. So another 10mm bolt we're going to have to take out of here. Just that one is all we're going to have to take out. Then you can see our flare moved out. Then we can get behind here. And here's that one 10mm bolt that you have to get to. You just have to loosen it. You don't even have to pull it out all the way. Remember, it's slotted. So we're just going to loosen that with a 10mm wrench. Then we're ready to go up top, pull that last bolt out, and we'll be ready to pull that headlight lens out. All right, we got all the bolts out in here. Now we're just going to work this out. At the bottom here, you'll see there's a little tab that goes into this little bracket here. You're just going to pull that straight out and then just work your light out nicely. Like so. We already have this one unplugged, but this one's ready to go. We're just going to be switching these lights here so we can put the other lights in, because we need these side markers. We're going to reuse these because the other ones come with test lights, they say. So we're just going to reuse these because these aren't test lights. So we're going to switch everything over into the new housing, and then we'll show you how to do the LED lights here in a sec. All right, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to take pretty much, we're not needing much in this at all. So we're just going to take the bulbs out because those ones are probably test bulbs. Well, first let's unbox this so I can show you, because I can use the gloves on it not to touch the bulbs on there, because you don't want to get your oils from your skin on there. Sometimes it causes an issue, sometimes don't. But inside the box here, you're going to get a set of Michael Jackson gloves, an instruction manual on how to use that, and then you'll get these are the 9005 and the H11s. So you're going to get your whole set in this kit. And they have a whole set of stuff you can get on there. I mean, I don't wear these gloves. My hands are pretty dry, but just for the sake to show you guys, because it don't even fit me. But we're just going to pull the lights out. Those just pull right out. We're going to do that the same on this one. Actually, we got this one out already. And then we're going to, the rest just stays here because we're going to be using this housing with this wiring. So we'll take this and set this back aside. Get this weird glove off. Now on this one, to undo these plugs, you're just going to put a little upward pressure on there and then push. It's going to come right unplugged for you. Same on this bottom one. All right, we got this other last one unplugged here. You can see that. Now for these lights, it's like a quarter turn. You're going to just turn it like that much. And this one here is the H11, so we're going to pull this one out. Set that one aside. Find our H11 in here. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see. Is it that one or this one? Nope, that's 9000. These are the H11s. So these are the ones we're going to put in its spot. And you can see this has a thicker base than them other ones we used in the last video. But this particular truck has the space for this, so it works really well. Just put that in, do your turn. That rubber gasket's gotten it sealed. Same thing. Just reverse it to plug it in. It is plugged in. Now we're going to do the same thing down here. Do that little turn and put in our 9005, because that's what that one was. They really only go in one way that you're really going to get them in there, as you can tell by the slots there in here. So I'm just going to reverse what you did. There we go. And we can plug this one in like so. And then we're going to switch out these, which are possibly test bulbs. Again, if your hands are greasy or you've been working on the car, try not to grab the bulbs. The oils on your skin when the bulb gets hot could crack the bulb. So, I mean, they don't look like test bulbs to me, but what do I know, right? About test bulbs. So we're going to put this one in its place. like that. Put that in. We're going to go find our other bulb, and we'll get this one switched out to the regular one. And then this whole lens will be completed with the new bulbs in it and the new side markers, and the lens is replaced. But remember, before you push everything back in there and bolt it up, make sure you plug this in and test your light. Make sure they're both working. You don't want to get it all together and have it not work for some reason. So we're going to get that other bulb switched out, and then we'll test it and put it back in here. All right, we got our side marker light bulbs changed out in case they are the test ones. We got our LEDs placed in there, buttoned up. We made sure all our wires were retained. Now we're just going to set it over here, plug it in, just to see if this thing works. Like I said, you want to make sure it works before you go on and do anything else. All right, I think we're plugged in there. We are plugged in. Now we're going to go around the side and plug this, or turn this on, make sure it works. Okay, we're going to be testing these now. You can see we got, those ones are working great. Give us some high beams. Those ones are working great. Man, they look a lot better, especially just the lens makes a difference, but you can see how nice that looks. I mean, it's out here in the daylight, and I can see the light shining on stuff across from me. So that is pretty nice, successful. So we're gonna put this one back in and do the same thing to the other side. And then later tonight, we'll give you a night shot of how good they look. You can just imagine how the other ones look being the amber bulbs with the faded lenses. So let us get this side button backed up. We're gonna do the other side. We might time lapse that or something to get this back together, and we'll show you tonight what it looks like. All right, we got our bulb placed in there. Now we're just messing with our bracket because we did have to loosen this one to make it a little easier for the lens to come out. So no sense trying to fiddle with it. Remember I said, if you do have to take yours, mark yours with something so you know where it sets for alignment. We're just gonna go put our rest of our bolts in this, tighten it down. Like so, and we'll just put those two back up here, the 10 millimeters that go up top. We'll put one here, one here. We'll go around the side, tighten that one we loosened, and then this side's done, except for we got to put that one 10 millimeter in the fender flare there, and tighten it up, and we'll be done and ready to go. So let me finish this up, and we'll speed on to the other side, get that one done. All right, we got our second lens out. We're going to do the same thing we did to the first side, just switching the bulbs out. A note over here, when you are taking these out, this trim piece you have along your bumper, you want to make sure that stays there. Maybe get some kind of lube to spray on there so your lens will slide there, because that has to stay in place. There's little tabs that it fits on, so you want to make sure that is in place. We had an issue with that on the other side. We had to loosen it back up, but ready to go. Now we're just going to switch these over, like I said, like the other side, and then we'll get those back in. All right, we got this one completed, got the bulbs in. One thing I forgot to note on the other one, when you're doing it, you want to make sure your bulbs in there are at the bulbs are facing 3 and 9, so that you'll see how they're placed in there. This top one's hard to see, but it's placed in the same way this bottom one is. You want to make sure they're placed that way. That's what they say for optimal performance. So we got this one done. We're going to pop this in just like you seen us do on the other side. We're going to get this buttoned up, and we'll give you the before and after at night. Actually, I don't know, did we do it before? I don't even know, but you could just imagine they were nasty. We'll show you how bright they are at night. So let me get this tied back up. All right, we are onto our grill. We got everything buttoned up over there. Before you put your grill in, you want to make sure there's 6 spots. Remember those clamps I told you to pinch? There's 6 spots. Make sure the clamps are, or the clips are still on each spot here. You see them, because you're going to need those when you put it in there. All right, now we're on to our last stop on this project. Just putting this trim piece back on. This is the easiest part. You're just putting those 10 retainer clips back in. You see all the holes. We're just going to put the 10 clips back in this. This will be buttoned up, and we'll close out this video. So let me get started. All right, we have everything buttoned up. Now we're going to turn both the lights on so you guys can see it. It is daylight. We do have shade over it, but you can see that looks great. I mean, we still have the plastic film on these lenses. We're going to peel off here in a bit. There's the high beams. Looks awesome. You can see them over there. Looks a whole lot better. Let's give you guys some of this plastic peeling satisfaction here. If I can get it started. Ooh. That looks amazing. We're gonna do that other side, and we'll give you the night shot too of what these look like at night so you guys can see. All right, we're out here for this night shot. Let's see how bright these are. We'll get these turned on. Gotta go get, there you go. Wow, see, all the way down there. Really bright. Can you flash your high beams? Jeez. Holy crap. That's way better. That's much, much brighter, guys. You could tell that's day and night difference. Even though you guys can get to see the old shot, but believe me, they were yellowed out and fogged up. So much better light job. So can't beat that. As you can see, they look way brighter at night. That is the OXILAM LED light bulbs. You can catch these online. We'll leave a link to these down below, and anything else we use in the video, like the body clips or the retainer clips. They might be affiliate links. They help the channel. We appreciate you if you click on those links. These are awesome. Like I said, 50,000 hours of service, IP67 waterproof rating. So can't beat that. And the job wasn't overly too hard. Just remember to have your bulbs at the 3 and 9 o'clock position like we showed you. And that seal at the bottom is the only things you want to remember when you're doing it. But it's a major transformation. We'll even leave links to the headlight housings here if you guys are looking to do those. I mean, like I said, they do have the kits where you can restore them, but for a little bit more, you might as well get some new ones that'll last longer than the restored ones. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below in the comment section. We'll get to them, hopefully. We got a lot more coming in, so we'll make sure we try to get to yours. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know the next time we put out a video. And if you thought this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up so the algorithms know that we're helping you out in some way. And we appreciate that. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and try something new.